So, hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I'm Jason, your host. So, thank you. Imagine being in a situation where leaving the house makes you completely and totally vulnerable. That you can walk out your house and all of a sudden you can freeze up. And someone could come up to you and take your phone, take your shoes, take your coat, take your wallet, and you wouldn't be able to do anything. You would be stuck in place, frozen, catatonic, non-functioning. Imagine if you were crossing the road, and halfway across the road, you could all of a sudden stop moving and forget what you were going to do. And forget that you're on a road. Imagine if you just cross here. Walked out your front door and went down the street and completely forgot where you were. Or why you left the house, or what you were supposed to do. Imagine if someone came up to you and said hello and asked you how you were, and you completely lost your voice and couldn't reply in any way, shape or form to what they were asking. And imagine if you had to get in a stranger's car and your brain made you stop breathing. Imagine if you tried to hold your breath for the entire journey and panicked if you couldn't. Imagine if you got so scared in the back of a car that someone else was driving that you begin to feel nausea and sick and actually throw up. Imagine if you get so terrified in the back of a stranger's car that you will physically try to leave the car while it's in motion at speed. And imagine if you went into a shop and you, with a list of things you were supposed to buy, and instead spent all of your money and all your money in your bank account on the first aisle you saw because it was shiny. Imagine if you're that person who has all those problems, all those issues that they're facing. And you will begin to understand how abso-freaking-lutely amazing being able to use this mobility scooter is, and being able to take my safe space with me. Imagine being someone who for 53 years of his life never thought he would ever be able to go outside his house just to explore. And that every journey was torture and fear and anxiety and danger. and now see what I'm capable of now. Yes, I may have to stay sat in this no matter what when I'm outside. Yes, I may be in a situation where I can't just park this up and go somewhere. But the change, the difference in what I could do a few months ago and now is beyond compare. This mobility scooter has changed my life, quite literally. And that's what mobility aids do. See, mobility aids aren't just for the people who've lost their legs or can't walk or they're blind and that, or the physical problems. Because sometimes the mental problems can be far worse. The mental problems can be completely crippling. The mental problems can lock you into a house for your entire life. As a child, I never went out to play. I never went out to explore. If I was going somewhere, it had to have a goal. I couldn't ever just leave my house. I had to have a reason for leaving, and I had to get there in a specific amount of time, and I would count the steps, and I would count thingy and try to thingy. And so this, what I have now, is for the first time in my life I have actual freedom of movement outside my house without putting myself in danger. And if I wasn't so tired from going back and forward to the hospital to look after my mum in her dying days, I would be off wandering in different directions, different places. I'd go to my local shop and pick up some food. I have been ordering from food, having food delivered for most of my adult life. And I've been having nearly all my items for computers and everything delivered since that was available. This has made such an absolute massive difference to my life. I can be in the sun, I can be in the rain, I can be in the wind. I'm sorry if I can keep going on about it, but it is just such an amazingly stunning change to my life. And the idea at some point in time that I'll get a second version, a class 2, not a class 3, so I can go to places on the bus or the train is absolutely... I never had this option. The only times I ever left the house when Paola was alive was while pushing a wheelchair. That was my anchor and focus. I never thought I'd have that again. Right, so I will say goodbye, you wonderful, amazing people. And I will stop here and start to set up things for inside. Turn the speed down and everything. Take off my gloves. Put them in my little rucksack down here. Go and see my mum. Take off my hat. And say goodbye to all of you. Bye bye.